Good morning and welcome to BROC Talk. I'm your host, Vicki Loomis, and today we're here to talk about Wheels for Warmth. Since its inception, Wheels for Warmth has raised over $720,000 for emergency heat assistance. We've sold 27,000 safe tires that have been donated and recycled 53,000 unsafe tires. Today we have Richard Wabi, the Executive Vice President of the Associated General Contractors of Vermont, and Tom Donahue, CEO of BROC Community Action, to tell us more about this annual event and its three main goals to help all Vermonters. Welcome. Good morning.
Thank you.
Glad
Before
to be
you
here.
get started, though, can I butt in?
Please.
Can I do that? Because you guys do some tremendous work down here. And the community of Rutland does some tremendous work, and your citizens within the area do tremendous things. There's a big thing coming up Friday. I just want to hit on this. I'm going to steal your time. There's a big thing coming up Friday. Will Casella, young Will Casella, developed leukemia or something. There's a big blood drive in Pittsford Friday afternoon. If you guys have a chance to support Will or support the Casella family, they're big players in this Wheels thing, but this is bigger than Wheels. And you guys as a community always step up for everybody around you. So there's a big blood drive for Will Friday afternoon at the, I'll never be able to say, it's a church in Pittsford. There can't be many.
Yeah, and if you'd like, we could put that on our social media, so we'll
Yeah,
put that out.
Yeah, we're happy to spread the word Friday afternoon
Friday
in Pittsford.
afternoon
Absolutely.
in Pittsford. So I didn't mean to jump out there,
No,
but
please do.
you mentioned I was Executive Vice President of the Associated General Contractors. I came down dressed up like Tom with a suit and white shirt, and I quickly ran into Casella's at Mendon Mountain, changed my shirt because this is my Wheels Day.
Right.
And
Yes.
I've been involved in Wheels for 20 years, and we've raised all kinds of money, given it across the spectrum of people in need, emergency heating funds, both up in Washington County, up in Chittenden County, and down here. So I said, I got to put a Casella shirt on because we moved this year from Mendon
Yes.
Mountain. We moved from Mendon Mountain down to Pittsford, the operations base for Casella Construction in Pittsford. So I said, I'll wear my Casella shirt and I'll put my little Will Strong button on.
Perfect.
And we're all set.
Got it
Perfect.
covered.
Yes,
Covered
and
all the bases. I love
that
it.
is one of the things we want to make sure to touch on is the new location in Pittsford. It will no longer be in Mendon. They will be at the Casella Construction location in Pittsford on Route 7. So that's something that we definitely want to make sure to get out there.
Exactly.
But as the opening I said, there was three main goals to help Vermonters, and this is an event that helps, from anybody who wants to donate to our environment, to those looking for affordable winter tires, to those looking for heat assistance. So I'd like to talk a little bit about kind of the vision for this event and how it helps everybody.
Well, the funny part is what Dick has always mentioned in the past when he and the governor had this concept that they thought it was kind of a crazy idea. But 20 plus years later, to look at the results where we've raised almost $750,000 statewide for fuel assistance and recycled so many tires that have taken it out of the waste stream. So it really helps the environment in that way, which is, that three-pronged approach. The third being, of course, the tire sale, which happens at that Pittsford location here in Rutland County on Saturday morning, the 20, to get the exact 6th.
26.
The 26th, Saturday, October 26th. And that people have a chance to buy affordable tires, and so get on safe tires particularly for the winter,
Yes.
which we know is just around the corner. So, what started out to be what they kind of had coined, this is kind of a crazy idea, to turn it into such an important, significant event annually for Vermonters, both those donating and participating, helping environmentally, helping get the new tires for their cars and trucks, or the bottom line at the end of the day, creating this emergency fuel fund at the community action agencies in the state and here locally at BROC Community Action.
You mentioned the recycling. The recycling wasn't so it was the governor, and we were talking about, we had tires in our garage. How could we get them to somebody that could use them, right? I mean,
Right.
they were just sitting in the garage. We all have them. Everybody has them. And we were trying to figure out how to get them to those people that needed them. The recycling piece and the waste stream piece was secondary when we first got into it. And Casella Waste stepped up and said, hey, if you collect all these tires, we can put them to another use. And they aren't, very few of them actually hit the waste stream. They actually hit the recycling stream.
Yes.
Where they take these tires and chip them up or mold them up to be used on turf fields, to be used in playgrounds and all these other things. The process is just phenomenal.
It's awesome.
And the fact that they were thinking far enough ahead to be able to handle the sheer amount of tires that come. There's 3 and 4 tractor trailer loads of tires that go into the recycling piece. And of course you've got the numbers. I'm not familiar with numbers because they don't allow me to touch numbers, but we've got the number of tires that come out on a yearly basis for resale is phenomenal. Just what we do with that. I mean, if you take a look, it's roughly $50,000 a year that being sold or recycled that are split between 3 agencies across the state of Vermont. But you can go down there if you have a need, you can go down to Pittsford and pick up a set of tires either at $10 a tire, so $40 for a set, or $1.25, I think it is, for the maximum for a set of 4. And really help yourself. I mean, it'll get you through a year.
Right.
We have DMV inspectors there inspecting them Thursday and Friday. We collect on Thursday and Friday.
And
I
we need those collections, by the way.
Yep.
We need those collections.
Yes, we do, and that's part of what we were saying was the safe tires. We sell safe tires, and we know they're safe because we have DMV inspectors there on Thursday and Friday. So the 24th and 25th are the drop-offs from 2 to 6 at Casella Construction in Pittsford. And we have DMV inspectors there, so we know that when you buy these tires, they will pass inspection. They will be safe for you to drive. You can put your family in the car. You don't have to worry. You're not unsure of what you're getting. And that's a really important piece of it is, we don't want to sell you something that you can't use.
Yeah. And that's really important and I also want to give a shout out to the DMV for participating each year because this is such an important initiative because those men and women that participate from the DMV are really wonderful and hardworking, and they do us a huge service
Yes.
by being on site and making sure that these tires are safe. They don't stand back either. They jump right in, pull them off the cars and trucks themselves, and start checking the depth of the tires and the age, because tires age out. So we know that, as you said, they've been approved by the experts, let's say. Yeah.
And then after they're checked over, if they're not approved, it's the same recycling fee as if you were going to recycle them anywhere else. It's $5 per car tire, $10 for truck tires, and that money also goes back into the heating fund.
Exactly.
So this is really all the way around your money, whether it be donating the recycling fee, purchasing tires, anything like that, all goes back into that heating fund.
It's a great thing, and we talk about it. We're collecting tires on Thursday and Friday, the 24th and 25th in Pittsford, and then we have the big sale, and Saturday is just a circus.
It's so much fun.
Commend everybody involved. I mean, you've got the Casellas involved. AMIA down here donates food, I believe, for breakfast,
Yeah,
and
lunch.
then the legislators are out there cooking breakfast or lunch or whatever it is that we're all doing, and it tends to turn into just that, a circus. There's music, there's maybe a fire pit going, there's stuff happening other than just the tire. So it's a community gathering that has turned into an annual ritual in Vermont, the Wheels for Warmth weekend. So. Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
It is, and we have, we talked about these great prices on the tires, and then the sale is from 8 a.m. to noon, but starting at 10, The prices we have go half price. So we're talking about, you're looking at size 18 tires are $30 per tire. After 10 a.m., they're $15. So you're looking at $60 for a set of tires if you need a big wheel, and you can't get there till later in the morning. So don't feel like you've missed out if you're not there during that early morning rush.
So it was you guys that convinced us to go to half-price tires at 10 o'clock, and it was a great idea. Hadn't even thought about it. And what it actually created was two streams coming through. We used to have people, and we still have people lining up. I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but we have people lining up at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning for an 8 o'clock entrance. And that's a great stream. You get your first choice you can pick out. But there's so many tires that around 9:30, 10 o'clock, to have that second parade, that second stream coming through to take advantage, one, of discounted prices, as well as there's plenty of good tires on the ground. It's unbelievable. You've got tire wholesalers down here that even donate tires that are coming into it. And so there's good tires sitting there. It doesn't matter what time of the morning you get there.
Exactly.
And it comes across very well. And everybody, there's multiple wins in this whole game. Tom, you and I were talking earlier about all the need across Rutland and what would they do or how could they do it. And this truly does go to that emergency heating fund. And we're going to see more and more need as we go forward. And we've got to do all we can to help them out.
So Vicki, we're, at BROC Community Action, where you and I are, we're certainly proud to be able to implement with our tremendous staff leading the charge throughout the winter, be able to distribute these funds, according to need as people reach out to us. Because the difference between this and what is known as the state's crisis fuel program is that this doesn't have those same parameters. And sometimes people are in really dire need, but don't necessarily meet the criteria of the state program. And what these funds allow us to do is make those discretionary decisions about folks in need. And frankly, oftentimes it's folks that are elderly.
Fixed incomes.
Yeah. And in Vermont, we don't want people to go cold, period. And these funds additionally, each year that we can count on, and that thanks to the generous people putting it on, and thanks to the generous people actually donating their tires, because that's as Wabi was saying, cleaning out your garage, getting those tires out, getting them to us on Thursday and Friday, the 24th and 25th of October, is key to the whole thing being successful. So the donations. But you can feel good about that donation, knowing of those tires, you can make some space at home, and you can help warm your neighbors, because what we do is we always use the main heating source of the home. So that could be number 2 fuel oil, or it could actually be a cord of wood or pellets, or and sometimes it's even kerosene, mobile homes, different things we provide heating assistance, as Wabi had said, is emergency heating assistance. So it's not fuel oil necessarily, it's the way you heat your home.
Yeah, we use fuel as kind of like a catch-all term of however you heat your home.
Yep. And so it's so important that we do that for our neighbors. We do that for each other in this community and throughout Vermont with this program. But without this funding, we would not be able to do that. So it's such an important event, Wheels for Warmth, that we can count on annually with the support of people like Dick Wabi, and who's a BROC Star award winner, one of our people we have recognized for outstanding community service.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we keep talking about sets of tires and sets of tires. Tires are generally, you're going to correct me on this, I know you will, but they're generally good for about 5 years from the date of purchase. I think it's actually technically 7, but 5 years from the date of purchase. And it doesn't matter whether you got 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're happy to take whatever, and we can make other sets based around that. Your volunteer base here, I remember the first year we came down, if you do, we had half a dozen, maybe 10 people hustling tires and whatnot, and now you have anywhere from 15 to 20 people running tires here, there, and I say running tires because we tend to help people get them back to their car after they've purchased them, and we help people. There's, I won't say trained professionals, but people that have been involved in it long enough that will help you pick out tires. You tell them what size tire you're looking for, and they're all kind of put in rows and laid out in some sort of system so that we're able to quickly get you to where you want and help you get through this so you can enjoy a hot dog at the food tent over there.
Right. And I do love to see our legislators out there, our county delegation, most of which turns out to help prepare the food. And frankly, you know, I have to say, because an old friend, Brian Collmore, year after year, I've got pictures of him actually moving the tires. So he's got his hand truck out there, and he does less cooking and more assisting people to their car with a stack of tires. Sometimes the stacks are higher than Brian.
Well, no, I was just going to say,
Brian.
When you see Brian moving a stack of tires, you don't actually see Brian. You just see these 4 tires coming at you with this little head bobbing behind it.
Right behind it. But, you know, these guys really roll up their sleeves to help. It's wonderful. It's that kind of community event where the legislators, you know, come prepared to work. And it's great to have that interaction with the community, too, with your elected officials. I love that element of the initiative. And, you know, BROC Community Action, you know, we're thrilled to be part of that, too, with our staff and all our volunteers. Vicki, you've done a great job of leading it internally at our office as well, and being our liaison to the bigger steering committee, which is statewide, of course, that this goes on, because it'll also be happening at the Vermont Granite Museum in Barrie. And
boy, you had a hard time saying Barrie. You had a hard time saying Barrie. Let's try one more time.
Well, I know it. I always think I don't.
I just figured it was a Rutland Barrie thing. You weren't going to say Barrie.
I just don't relate it to the Vermont Granite Museum. I relate it to the nation's site of excitement. That's fine. But you know, we're thrilled to be able to participate with them there as well with these tire sales, because it is about helping Vermonters. Even though we're a little Rutland County centric here, it's about helping Vermonters.
It is, and we try to make the process as efficient as we can for those who are looking for tires. So come, let us know what you're looking for size. We can help you find them. We'll help you through the checkout process. We'll help you get the tires to your vehicle. We try to make it as easy as we possibly can. And we do want to make note that it is cash or check only. We do not have the ability to take a credit card there. So maybe if you want to plan ahead for that.
No, that's a good note.
But we went through that. We discussed the whole Vimeo credit card electronic payment thing, and decided that the money really we're wasting money in charges on fees and processing and everything else. It wasn't just looking at, oh, it's an inconvenience to run this card through. We want the money to go to where it's intended.
Yeah,
and
that's a great point.
Every dime that comes in from this goes back out to this. This has been 20 years that we've even had to dip into our own pockets to keep it going, but it's been running very efficiently. If you forget your checkbook, don't do it. But if you forget your checkbook, we trust you, man. I mean, it's community, right? Mm-hmm. And all the money goes right back into 3 areas. I'll stutter on the first one, that Burlington area. Chittenden County, what is it, CVOEO?
Yep,
and
that's right.
Down here at BROC, and then into the Capstone area. Covers Lamoille and Washington County. You guys cover Rutland and Bennington County.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we've got it kind of covered. It's doing excellent. And our goal for the year is $50,000. Hopefully, we'll hit the number. And we already see a great deal of sponsorship and involvement from outside parties to participate in what we're doing here. So. Yeah. You started to hit on it, and I probably interrupted you, but you were talking about or trying to lead into tire drop-off guidelines.
Yes, so tire drop-offs are the 24th and 25th of October. And again, we're at Casella Construction in Pittsford this year. And the DMV inspectors will kind of guide you right through. The DMV inspectors are there. They'll jump right in, take the tires out, start looking at them. There is a date on those tires, and they have to be good for at least one more season. So we're not going to barely squeak something by or anything like that, but we want to make sure they're safe and reliable. And if they are able to be resold, you'll receive a receipt for a tax-deductible donation. If they are unable to be resold, the donation for the recycling fee is also tax-deductible. So if you were interested in getting rid of tires that you know are not going to pass inspection, but you want to get them out of your way from your house, this is a great way to do it and donate back to your community while also making a tax-deductible donation for yourself. And if you're an organization or a business who's looking to get involved, these are tax-deductible donations that you can make to Wheels for Warmth that will stay right here in the community where you live and work.
So if I want to come down and get a free cookie and give you $5 or $10, you'd let me do
Please
that?
do. Absolutely.
I can come down and get a free cookie between 2 and 6
Yep.
on Thursday and Friday. Am I right?
Absolutely.
24th, 25th, 2 and 6. I can pull in, get a free cookie. You'll give me a cookie, and I can make a donation that's tax deductible. Or I can bring those tires that have been sitting in my garage,
Yes.
and we can see if somebody else can use them. And then on Saturday, you've got the big sale, of course, and you also accept tires then?
Yes, we do.
Okay. That's cool.
Yes.
That's kind of good stuff.
Yep. So any donation that you make, all of those funds go directly back into the Wheels for Warmth fund, which goes to heating Vermonters who need assistance.
I understand there's a big need for 16 and 17-inch tires.
Yes.
So if you have 16 or 17-inch tires that aren't being used, you've purchased a new vehicle or a replacement vehicle and they don't fit your vehicle, they probably will fit somebody else's. So I have heard there's a big need for these 16, 17-inch tires this year.
And I wanted to mention for folks watching too that you can, excuse me, you can check us out on BROC.org, BROC.org for more information. Vicki has this right on the front of our website. And of course our social media, it's on Facebook at our BROC Talk is on Facebook, and we're on X, we're on Instagram, and all this information is there because we're also sharing the information back and forth, and I'll give you theirs too. Wheels for Warmth spelled out.
Yes.
Wheels for Warmth, they're on Facebook, and Wheels for Warmth is on Instagram. So we're providing links to each other's sites, so all of this, excuse me, all this plethora of information is right there on the internet, at our website, and all of our social medias. And of course, PEG TV.
So that's BROC.org?
Yes, yep.
BROC?
Yep.
.org?
You got it.
And Wheels for Warmth, spelled out. I won't try
Right.
to do that.
Yep.
Because I'll mess that up. Wheelsforwarmth.com. That's all out there and ready to go. You're going to correct me on the .com.
Yeah, I'm wondering
thing.
if it's .com.
You can.
Well, if you bring it up, it'll come up anyway.
Yeah.
So
You can.
I'd have to check on my
Nope,
phone.
again, that's
I don't
above
see it in
my
here,
pay
honestly.
grade.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing it's .org, but yes, it is .org.
Okay, wheelsforwarmth.org.
See, that makes it more memorable that you said .com.
Then I messed up.
That we can,
Yes.
yeah. No, people will remember that now that it's .org. But tremendous program, and I do appreciate you having us on Brock Talk today to talk about it, because there's so many people who really need this help right now in the tight economy.
Yes.
Well, food prices are going up and other prices for services are going up. People are finding themselves short at the end of the month. So, we don't want them going on old tires. We don't want them going without heat. But we do beg people, literally, that have tires, as Wabi opened up talking about cleaning up space in your garage. Please free up that space in your garage, your cellar. I've done it over the years. In fact, I've even hung on to tires for a whole year because I forgot to bring them up. But I said, I'll be darned if I'm not donating them to Wheels for Warmth. And so, we'll take the tires. We need the tires. None of this happens without you donating the
Do you
tires.
take motorcycle tires? I mean, I know you're a rider.
Yeah,
Huh?
but we haven't had a specific category for that in the past.
I was just wondering how
Yeah.
we would price motorcycle tires.
Or racing tires. for
Or
that matter.
racing. We've had categories for racing tires and gotten rid of them fast.
But as Vicki pointed out aptly before, you mentioned the truck tires and things like that. Those can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
so this is a very tremendous opportunity. But if you have them and you can donate them, that's even better, because we don't have any of this without the generous community donating.
Right, and that's what we want to encourage everybody. Take advantage of the warm weather that's coming next week. Clean out the garage, get them out of there. You know, maybe if they're stacked in the woods somewhere, you know, go grab those tires while it's nice and warm out. Bring them up to Casella Construction in Pittsford, and plan on donating them the 24th and 25th of October between 2 and 6.
And it's a nice warm greeting, by the way. When you get there, it's a nice. Everyone's excited to see you,
It's a party. It's a good time.
and you don't even have to unload them.
Did you ever think, I don't know how long we've been working together, so I'm kind of floating, but
For me, it's been 10 years.
10 years? Okay. So we've been doing this down here for 10 years, and the first year we struggled. I mean, first year we did it 20 years ago, we struggled. Did you ever think it would get this big? Especially in today's world where people are having problems with other people and we can't get along, and then all of a sudden Wheels for Warmth comes, and it's a great thing. I can go donate some tires, I can go do this, I can help my neighbor, I can help the guy 2 towns over, and people love it. It's
Yes.
a giving thing. It really is.
I
I
agree.
never imagined that this, whether it was in Rutland or Barry, would get to this level.
Yeah.
It is out of this world.
I agree. And Vicki's done a great job also of reaching out to some of her associates in the community that have businesses that donate tires as well. And, you know, that's made a big difference to bring them in a larger quantity.
You have a whole list of people that have been that are up for sponsorship this year.
Yes.
Can you do that? Huh?
So we do have quite a few sponsors this year. Of course, Casella Waste Systems is one of
Yes.
our biggest sponsors, and you know we have Velco and G Stone and Brown's Auto Salvage. and-
G-Stone's new.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. They're,
That's cool. Up in Middlebury, they're
Yeah.
collecting
Right up the
tires
street.
and sending them down
yeah,
here?
it's wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
It's such a great, you know, and that's the thing too, is we try to make drop-off points where it's easily accessible. It doesn't matter where you are. There should be some place fairly close to you where you can bring those tires if you're not able to make it all the way to Pittsford.
So I could go to G-Stone today
Yes.
instead of waiting for you guys in Pittsford.
That's
I could
right.
go up to G-Stone today and drop tires off.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So please mark your calendars. If you are unable to make it to a drop-off point before our actual drop-off days, it's October 24th and 25th at Casella Construction in Pittsford on Route 7. And we're there 2 to 6 with DMV inspectors to make sure that we have good, safe tires to resell for Saturday, the 26th, from 8 to noon.
And one last shout out I want to mention, though, because he just stand out, is what I call young John Casella II. And he just is an amazing young man. He works so hard at this every year, and he pulls his team together. His team works hard at it. But it's so great to see John out there in person every day, just with a smile on his face and just working as hard as harder.
Well, I'm going to throw
harder than
Joe
everybody.
under the bus then. You can mention John. I'm going to throw Joe
Yeah.
because we see John shaking hands with everybody. We don't see Joe running. Joe is out there running tires and making sure that roll-offs are set up and the whole organizational thing.
True.
That partnership between
Yeah,
John
you're right.
and Joe
Right,
is
right.
fabulous.
Yes.
And I started
Yeah, and they're
this off-
cousins. They're cousins.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I started this off. It's Joe's son, Will, that we're all going to go up to the church in
Okay.
Pittsford
Okay. Yes.
and do the blood donation
Yeah. Good.
for.
Good.
Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon. This Friday, not Wheels for Warmth Friday.
Yeah, so we'll have that on our social media. We'll get that up today. So if anybody wants to go to our social media, we'll be able to see all the details on that as well.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
This has been great. I really appreciate you all inviting me down. And I got a free T-shirt out of it. I feel pretty good.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with another episode of BROC Talk soon. Thank you.